Hi everyone. So for the lightning round presentations, I got Crown Tangle. So I'm going to explain a little bit about what it is and how it applies to journalists. So what is Crowd Tangle? It is a platform that was created by Meta to track misinformation on social media platforms. So people could go on public social media platforms and look at people's posts and things like that to see if there was any misinformation. Um, but on August 14th of this year, CrowdTangle was discontinued and Meta replaced it with a different platform. But people were not happy about that and said it didn't work as well. So right now, Meta is in the process of trying to get it back to people's standards, since CrowdTangle doesn't exist. But when it did exist, journalists got to use it, and especially in a time of like this past election that we just had, they would use it to find out what information was real on candidates' posts and what was not, which from what we know just about even this past election, would have played a really big role if it still would have existed by the time that stuff was ramping up, in September and October and stuff like that. Um, and so they could go through people's social media's accounts to see if they were spreading misinformation or not. And that's what a lot of journalists would use it for, even for potential sources, just to see if their sources were being reliable or not. So it was a super great platform to use just to make sure that people were being legit and were being honest about what they were saying. So then how CrowdTangle relates to journalists, I feel like misinformation is so important right now because there are so many people who don't think that journalists are telling the truth. There's a lot of mistrust in the media. Um, and so journalists are often criticized for potentially publishing misinformation. And we have seen this from some journalists in the past. Um, and so not only could journalists use this platform, but the public could as well. And it would be a really great tool for people to see if journalists were lying or telling the truth, or spreading misinformation. So um, yeah, it relates to journalists because not only could they use it, but the public could also use it to see if there was trust in the media, if what they were reading was reliable. And it was just a really great tool overall. So hopefully Meta can bring it back to what CrowdTangle used to be, even though this platform, CrowdTangle, doesn't exist anymore. So those are the two sources I used for this. And yeah, I think that is everything for my presentation. So thanks.